Alright, today we're continuing our look at preferences, and this time we're looking at the preferences users section. So we've got our preferences pulled up here. We're going to start at the top and work our way down. So first is preferences users defaults. And as you would expect, this is some of the defaults. So what do these do specifically? Well, the big one here is rates. So what do these rates actually define? Well, what they actually define is the default rates that will be applied when a new employee record is added into the system. And we'll show you how to do that in just a moment in our details section. But this controls the actual rates that will be initially assigned to those brand new users. And then also at the bottom here, we have a couple of features here. The show patch update message. So anytime we do release a patch that is sufficiently large that it is announced publicly, that message will automatically appear at the top of your web browser in a flashing bar whenever you log in and the program detects that there is a new version that you are not yet using. So this option actually allows you to configure which user specifically will actually see that notification. You can actually turn it on for any user you wish, or just turn it on for everyone. And then also we have a time prior to event. So this is a new feature in the current version of ArchiOffice 2015 that you can set up notifications so that calendar events will actually notify you a certain number of minutes prior to their supposed start time. And that will manifest as a small window that will appear in the bottom of your browser. So this just defines how many minutes ahead of time you'll be notified of that. Formats. So this is actually very similar to one of the other formats options in preferences, which is down here in our contact formats, which we look at in another video in this series. What this actually controls is on several of the screens here in the users area, we see a list of all the users in the system. And what this actually controls is how the usernames are displayed in that area. So if you prefer to see usernames front to back, you can certainly do that. If you prefer to see them last name, comma, first name, you can do that. So we'll actually just do that here for a demonstration. We'll say last name, comma, space, first name, save, and update. And then when we go back, we can see all the names have now been flip-flopped back to front. So that's what actually controls that. And we can also, filter or change it to be just initials if we wish, middle initials, first initials. So there are some options there. The next section we're going to look at is our details section. And this is really one of the hearts of the users area, where when you do go into preferences users, very frequently this will be the screen you'll go to. So the first most important area, of course, is the users list on the left. So this is just simply a list detailing all the users, whether or not they're currently licensed, as you can see by this column of checkboxes, their name, their current status, and most users, for the most part, will either be active or terminated, and then which security group they are a member of. This is a convenient way to set their initial settings of security preferences. And we will touch on security preferences a little more in our next video. Also, in this screen, we can actually make new users. And we do that very easily by just clicking on this little plus button and putting in some basic information here. And then it will actually create a new user record, and it will create also the corresponding contact record that goes with that. So you do not actually have to make the contact record ahead of time. Moving over to the right-hand side, again, we can see some contact information, as well as which of the two tabs in the contact we're currently looking at. And most importantly, we can say whether or not this person should be treated as a principal in our firm. So we can very easily set that with this option. More contact information automatically filters in. In this case, it's the communication info, emails, phone numbers, and such. And this, again, all pulls directly out of this person's contact record. And then finally, projects. So not only does this give you a list of all the projects this person is actually on, but it additionally gives you the option to add them to new projects. And most specifically, the most common time you would do this is if you are hiring a new person, they've come on board, and now you need to add that person to the project team for all the existing projects that you already have in the system. So you can do that here without having to go through each individual project and add them one at a time. You can certainly do that, but you don't have to. You can actually just add them to every billable project all at once, and it will do that for you. In a future video, we're going to continue our look at users and look at HR, time, expense, and syncing in our next video, and then we'll finish it up with the last 4 options in our next video.